To start entering into Khazana's HR compliance system, go to this website, khazana.lshumancapital.net. So on the login screen, the user ID is admin and the password is password without the capital P. Once you're in the administration screen, click on the data entry and you can see that the first screen is the scenario. These are the ones that I've created: 102, ID 100 and ID 101. So to create a scenario, click on the add scenario link. Enter your scenario ID. So you will be using 1, 2, 3 and onwards. For this testing purpose, I'm just going to create a 104. The reason I'm creating a high value scenario ID is that I do not want to mix with your actual data. So I will be later removing all this testing scenario. So anyhow, the order, you will put scenario ID 1 and then the order 1 if you want it to appear as the first order, and the category, this could be like performance appraisal or maybe leave or performance, etc. So for me, I'm just testing it and I'm just using a funny scenario category, mayhem. So the title, this is a test scenario for demo. And of course, I'm going to change this to some numbers that is way out of range so it doesn't interfere with your actual data. So this will be like 105. So click on add scenario and you will be shown the message success insert scenario ID 105. So once you've entered your first scenario, you may want to continuing entering your scenario by clearing off the text box and typing another scenario. Right, so then you can click on the edit scenario and you should be able to find the scenario they've created. So those that are above 100 are my testing, and what you want to do is if you want to change your scenario details, you can select the scenario and click on the button, select this scenario button. So from here you can modify your title and the text. And then click on Save Changes. You'll be given a prompt, Save Changes, click on OK, and the scenario will be updated. So for instance, now you want to enter questions for scenario ID 105. To do that, click on your questions and answer. First, select the scenario ID that you want and leave the language default to English and click on select this scenario again. So once you have selected it, you can see that at the drop down here there are no questions because we have only created the scenario but no questions has been assigned to this scenario yet. So what you can do is to add a new question. I'll just type in my question and put some dummy data here. The correct choice is 1, 2, 3, 4. That indicates which of this choice is the correct one. So I'll just put 1. And here you type in the explanation of why choice 1 is the answer. So to add this question, assign this question to this scenario, click on add as new question. So I'm just going to head and click this. And you'll see a message that your Q&A is safe. So now you'll be able to pull down this question one and make further changes again on it. So supposingly I want to enter a new one. So clear the text here. I don't have any codes to clear the text yet, so it has to be done manually. So this is question again, put in any number. And since we're adding it as a new question again, click on add as new question. Right, so we have two questions now. To modify the first one, click on select it and click on the select question button. So you can do any modification you want. To modify the question, you would not click on add as new question anymore because you're not adding a new question. You click on save changes to question. So I'm going to make some changes and clicking on this button. So new question 1.1 is what I changed. So to confirm, I go to question 2 and go back to question 1 and I can see the changes that I've entered. So save changes to question is make change to existing questions. Of course, you always have to select the drop down and click on the select question button first to make the changes. Add as new question will insert a new question into this scenario. So that is about it. Of course, you can switch to a different scenario to start entering. So for instance, 106, click on, I'm just going to head and click on this button. And I don't have any button. I don't have any question. So again, add. So here you go. You can add scenario, edit scenario, and um, assign question and answers to the scenario that you have created.